If this battle had failed, the United States might never have existed. That's not an exaggeration. In early 1777, the American Revolution was collapsing. The Continental Army was starving, freezing, and falling apart. Enlistments were days from expiring. British victory felt inevitable. And standing at the center of it all was George Washington, commanding an army that many believed could not survive another defeat. The next decision he made would determine whether the revolution lived or died. Just weeks earlier, Washington had suffered devastating losses in New York. His army had been chased across New Jersey by one of the most powerful military forces on Earth. British commanders believed the rebellion was finished. Many Americans agreed. Men deserted. Supplies vanished. Entire towns pledged loyalty back to the British Crown. Winter was setting in, and hope was disappearing fast. Then, on Christmas night, Washington shocked the world. He crossed the icy Delaware River and defeated Hessian troops at Trenton. It was a miracle, but a fragile one, because the British were coming back. British General Lord Charles Cornwallis advanced with thousands of seasoned troops, determined to crush Washington once and for all. On January 2nd, the two armies clashed near Trenton. Night fell with the British confident. Cornwallis believed Washington was trapped. He reportedly said, "At last, we have run down the old fox." But Washington had no intention of waiting for morning. That night, he made a decision so risky that failure would have ended the revolution instantly. Under cover of darkness, Washington quietly marched his army away from British lines. Campfires were left burning. Soldiers made noise to fool British sentries. The army slipped away, marching toward Princeton. If the British discovered the move, the Continental Army would be destroyed. By dawn on January 3rd, Washington's men stood near Princeton, exhausted, hungry, and facing fresh British troops. There would be no retreat this time. As British forces marched from Princeton toward Trenton, they suddenly collided with Washington's advancing army. Gunfire erupted across frozen fields. At first, American militia broke under British volleys. Some men ran. For a moment, it looked like everything was falling apart. Then George Washington rode forward, directly into the gunfire. Bullets tore through the air as he placed himself between his fleeing soldiers and the British line. He shouted for them to stand, and somehow, they did. The Americans surged back into the fight. The battle raged toward Nassau Hall, the heart of Princeton. British troops barricaded themselves inside, but American artillery opened fire. Cannonballs slammed into the building. Soon, British resistance collapsed. Some fled, others surrendered. In less than an hour, it was over. Against impossible odds, Washington had won again. If Princeton had been lost, the Continental Army would have been destroyed between two British forces. There would have been no army left to fight. Instead, Washington forced the British to abandon much of New Jersey. More importantly, he saved the revolution's morale. Soldiers re-enlisted. Civilians believed again. Foreign powers began watching closely. The rebellion survived its darkest hour. So when we say, if this battle had failed, the United States might never have existed, we mean it. On January 3rd, 1777, the future of a nation was decided on a frozen field in New Jersey, and history turned just in time. If you enjoyed this look into the forgotten turning points of history, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, because the past still has stories worth remembering.